Hello. Let's get everything set up. I need to take these off. There. Hello, welcome. Let's let some people join. I got some things to chat with you guys today. So I'll give it a few minutes to let everyone. Is that too bright? I can't tell if that window is too bright. On Instagram you can't even see it, but on Facebook it's like wide with my camera. Hello, welcome. I guess Instagram notified people. People are starting to join. Hello. Good morning. It's afternoon here. It's 1 o'clock. The day is flying by a little too fast for me. Not getting as much done as I wanted to, but oh well. That's part of what I wanted to chat with you guys about. So let's see if anybody on Facebook joins. I don't know where everybody's at today. Probably having a crazy busy week like myself. Oh, it's noon, so you must be Central Time. I wish it was noon. I'm telling you, I need time back. So let me tell you what I did to start. Monday and Tuesday. Monday in the morning I worked on the computer a little bit, and then yesterday I just crocheted like all day pretty much from like 9:30, 10 o'clock till the kids got home. Crocheted, working on design. 7 o'clock last night, or 6, I don't know. Yesterday evening I frogged it all, pretty much. Not all of it, but most of it. I was like, nope, this isn't gonna work. So 2 days worth of work wasted, basically. And ever since then, I've just felt so behind on all the things. So yeah, not how I wanted this Wednesday to work out, but that's okay. I've got some pretty yarn with me, and I'm excited to chat. So I'm finally trying this Flicka yarn, and I'm liking it. I just got the like foundation base going, and I don't know the rest of the pattern. It's one of my older patterns, so I don't remember it, so I'll work on it some more, but I'm digging this. I like how, I don't know if you can see, but I like how it has like pink in every single color, like a little light strand of pink in every color, in every stitch. It's pretty neat. So yeah, this is my first time using it. So I'm getting to play with new yarn, so can't complain, right? Yeah, so I don't know where everyone is today. So if you're here, say hi. There we go. Hello. Hi, Bridget. How are you? So I have, whoa, I just tangled my yarn. Hold on. Oh, there we go. I flipped it. Okay. Sorry. So since I had to frog all my work, I wanted to chat with you guys, or ask your thoughts and opinions on something first, and then we're going to talk about how to care for your crocheted garments once you've made them. So, because I've shared all my like tips on crocheting garments, I wrote a blog post, I've done a few lives, and then it's like, so how do I take care of this so it stays nice and pretty? And yeah, so we're going to talk about that today. But first I wanted to get your thoughts and opinions on something. Hi Christina. Hello everyone. Hi, Talk Yarn to Me. I like that username. That's cool. So the design I was working on yesterday that I frogged last night, it was originally going to be the spring crochet along. It was the pattern I was going to release and do a crochet along with in April. Well, I frogged it, most of it, not all of it, and it's in timeout, basically. Have you guys ever put a project in timeout? Like, I don't even want to, like, deal with it right now. Like, it's not working out, and I'm just like, like all that time wasted. I'm irritated at it. It's in timeout. So at this point, I'm like, is this even, if I'm gonna am I gonna revisit? If I don't revisit it and start working on it in a couple of, like, within 24 hours, it's not gonna be ready in time, right? So my question for you guys is, instead of worrying about that and trying to get it done when I'm not even completely happy with it, for our spring crochet along, what do you guys think about doing the bindi poncho? Which is, I shared it yesterday on my Instagram feed and in the my Two Brothers Blankets Facebook group. Now there's only a few of you on right now, so I'll probably just like make a post too. But I thought about doing that instead, since that's ready and it's coming out on Friday, and it is using a fingering weight yarn, so that would be something, you know, like for me, like a crochet along. If I'm going to do a crochet along, I like to do one that might challenge me a little bit, so that I have that support and help and community when I'm working on it. So I feel like this would be, the poncho might be a good one because it's a fingering weight yarn. There's some sewing involved, but it's easy at the same time. Like, you make 2 rectangles. There's going to be a video tutorial to get you started. There's going to be pictures, and then if we did a crochet along, there'd be giveaways. I have it, Instagram, can't see it. That's the bindi poncho, if you didn't see it in my feed. So I'm thinking that might be our spring crochet along. And we could start it Monday, April 1st, and go through the entire month of April. What I missed, my mom called. So I'm thinking about making the bindi poncho a crochet along. That's what you missed. I'm sorry I keep moving the screen, you guys. That's the only way I can get it so that Instagram can see it too. That's what I'm thinking about doing instead of worrying about the other pattern. And the thing is, I probably will revisit it very soon because I did love it. Well, I didn't love the design, the way the design was working up. I love the yarn. I really, really love the yarn. And I definitely want to use it for a design, whatever that may turn into. So it will probably, this way I don't have to worry about getting it done in time. You know what I mean? Like, in time to do a crochet along and have everything prepared. This way, this gives me a little more, like, wiggle room. And this pattern's already ready. And it'll be free, and it's a free pattern. So it'll be on the blog. So it'll be a free crochet along if you wanted to do the crochet along other than the yarn. And then if you wanted, you could buy the PDF, but you wouldn't have to. It'd be free. So that's what I'm thinking. If you have any objections, let me know. But since I haven't even shared what the other one is, I don't think it's going to be that big of a deal. And then this way I don't have to worry about it. And I don't want to put out a pattern I don't love, like a design I don't love. And I ain't loving it right now, and it's in timeout. So yeah. So let me know what you guys think. If you didn't see the picture, like, I know this, it's like hanging on the dress form, and you can't really like tell how it is, but there's a picture in, if you're in on Facebook, it's in the Two Brothers Blankets community group, crochet community group, and then on Instagram it's on my feed. I posted a picture yesterday, like I revealed it. So I think that one might be what we do for our spring crochet along. And I'm thinking prizes, and yeah, so let me know what you get this way. And like I said, we could start on April 1st. It releases Friday, and then you'd have the weekend or whatever to get your yarn or to figure out your yarn. Yeah, so let me know if you guys have any objections to it, I guess, because otherwise I'm probably going to go for it. So, yeah. Okay, so I think that's all I had. Oh, and also this Friday at 10:30 Pacific time, 1:30 p.m. Eastern time, I'm going to be live with Selena Baca of Selena Baca Crochet on YouTube. on her YouTube channel, which is really cool. She's going to be interviewing me on the springtime sweater. We're going to talk about the springtime sweater. We're going to talk about the yarn. We're going to talk about the workup. We're going to talk about, like, you know, why I decided to, you know, how I decided on it and workup and all that good stuff. Sizing, all that good stuff. So, yeah, if you can join us for that, I think it's really cool. I get to be interviewed by another amazing crochet designer. It'll be live, and then it's on YouTube, so it'll be on YouTube forever, I guess, unless she deletes it. But that'll be at 1:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. So, yeah, that's exciting. I'm trying to think of any other announcements I have. I don't think so. I think that's it. So let's talk about crochet garments and how to take care of them. Christina says it looked pretty. Bridget says do what works for you, girl. Okay, I will. Hello from PA. Hi. Swanee Heart Crochet says I'm up for another cow. Awesome. Okay, good. So I think, yeah, I think that's what we will probably do. I'll probably make a post, at least in the community group, just to get the consensus from everyone, see what they're thinking. But yeah, I think it would make a good, it's a good spring pattern. So it'll make a good spring crochet along. And then now I can work towards the summer, because I do seasonal crochet alongs. I try to do a seasonal crochet along. Monthly was getting to be entirely too much, or trying to do, keep it up and keep prizes. It was getting to be too much. So I've been doing seasonal ones. And did we do a winter one? I don't even think we did a winter one. We did a fall one. We did the Edgewater dress. So now it's time for a spring one. And possibly a summer one. We'll see. But usually I do at least a spring and fall one. So I think this will work out good. Okay, so let me get my blog. I wrote if you saw my stories on Instagram, I wrote the blog post and finished it before the live, which is like huge for me. So, how to care for your crocheted garments. That's what we're gonna talk about. You know, I'm all about crocheting garments. I have a blog post on my best tips for crocheting garments, and I've linked that in the new blog post as well. I have the course. I did the Perfect Fit course with Happily Hook Magazine, all about crocheting garments, and that may be coming out again eventually. I gotta work some things out, but yes, possibly. And you'll know, if you've been following me for any amount of time, really, garments are kind of my thing. Like, I'm just all about some garments. I love crocheting garments. So over the years, as I've done this, I've learned some ways that work well for caring for those garments. I mean, when you crochet a garment, like, that's an accomplishment. That's a big accomplishment. You're proud of it, you like it, you want it to stay nice, and you want it to last and look nice and all the things. So I've found some things that work and don't work for taking care of those crochet garments, your sweaters, your tops, anything you wear, basically. So I wanted to share, I think I have 5. That's usually what I go with. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yes, 5 tips for taking care of your crocheted garments. So, tip number 1 is kind of I think I put, like, sometimes the best work is your prep work. So for tip number 1, it is to choose your yarn wisely. Before you even crochet the garment, make sure that you're choosing a yarn that is what you want, will hold up like you want, and will wash like you want. So if you, excuse my dogs, they're being noisy. If you want a thick, sturdy yarn, you'll want to go for something bulky and maybe acrylic. If you want a loose, flowy yarn, if your pattern is a loose and flowy yarn, you maybe want, a lightweight yarn, a fingering weight yarn, whatever kind of yarn you're looking for that project. Make sure that that's what you're going to get. And then also, when you are choosing a yarn, see how it washes up. Now, usually, this is the yarn I have sitting over here. Usually it will tell you how to wash it. Like this one says, this is Flicka from Lion Brand. It says machine washable and dryable. So that means you can wash it in the wash machine, you can dry it in the dryer. But the question is, does this yarn pill when it's washed? Does it get fuzzy? Does it stretch a lot when it's washed? Those are some of the questions you have to ask, especially if you plan on wearing it a lot and using it a lot and washing it a lot. I don't always wash up my yarns beforehand. If I know, like I said, if I know I'm going to, I will. What you can do is you can work up a swatch, like just a square swatch, your gauge swatch or whatever, and wash it in the machine and dry it in the dryer and see how it looks after it's washed. See how it feels after it's washed. So those are some things that you should definitely think about before you work on your crochet garment. And that's going to determine, you know, how it looks and feels and stuff after you wash it, because if you wear it, I mean, you're going to want to wash it. So you want to know. So that's tip number 1. Choose your yarn wisely. And if you guys have questions or like thoughts about any of this, please comment. Please let me know. I love an interactive audience. Okay, number 2. When in doubt, hand wash your crochet garment. So a lot of times, like I said, the yarn will tell you that it's machine washable. To me, and now I've machine washed plenty of garments. If you're gonna machine wash it, I say do it in the delicate cycle, always, no matter what it says. But if you can hand wash it, or if you're in doubt of whether or not it's machine washable, hand wash it. Put it in your sink, put a little detergent in, hand wash it, you know, just run it through your fingers, agitate it a little bit, and hand wash it. To me, hand washing is just more, it's not going to agitate as much, and it's not going to like be as, I don't want to say damaging, but I mean the machine's just throwing it around. It don't know what it is. You know what I mean? Like you can be, if you're hand washing it, you can be more careful with it. You can, you know, scrub it where it needs to be scrubbed or whatever, but you're careful with it. So when in doubt, hand wash. If you are worried about it being, you know, the ends coming out or whatever, just hand wash. Just save yourself the trouble of worrying about it or of it getting messed up, and hand wash it. Number 2 tip. All right, number 3 tip. Always lay flat to dry. Always. That's my tip for drying. I don't dry my garments in the dryer. Even if I wash them in the washing machine, even if it says it's okay to dry, I just don't. To me, like I remember when I was growing up and my mom would wash like store-bought knit sweaters. She would lay them flat to dry on the table. Like, I guess I mean, if you guys have seen what a dryer does to our regular fabric clothes. I mean, like it'll shrink it, it'll fade it, it'll sometimes, you know, you'll get like a string pulled out way over here, and it's just it's not the best for your regular clothes. I mean, I dry all my regular clothes, don't get me wrong, but if you want your crochet garments to really last, not get agitated, not get, you know, stretched out or funny shapes or whatever, I would just lay it flat to dry. You can lay it on your table, on a blocking mat, whatever. But I would lay it flat to dry. Don't hang it. That's my next tip. Lay it flat. And you can, you know, maneuver it, shape it, however you want it shaped. It's like blocking. You could even pin it down if you wanted it to be a specific shape. But lay flat to dry. You guys are quiet today. Let's see what's next. Okay. Number 4 is I just forgot. Fold instead of hanging. Don't hang your garments like in your closet. That's what I did at first, and then I learned, like, they didn't do it for me, but I see how it could happen over time. So now I just fold all of them. Gravity and like the hanging of your garments is going to cause them to stretch and lose its shape and get too long and too floppy. I don't know. Like, it's not good for your garments to hang it because of gravity, and it'll stretch out your stitches. It'll stretch out the entire project. Yeah, so fold it instead. Fold it up nicely. You can stack it. I stack mine, like I have a shelf above my hanging clothes in my closet, and I stack my crochet stuff on top of each other. Yeah. Or you can put them in a drawer, whatever. Just don't hang them. Hold them. I mean, fold them. Fold them, and stack them instead of hanging them. They won't lose their shape as easily. They won't stretch out as easily. Yeah. So, last but not least, the big one. I don't know if it's a big one. You guys probably already know this. Don't cut your crocheted project. So what I mean by that is, if you have an end that sticks out, like you guys have had, I know you've had it happen. You weave it in your ends and you wear it a couple times, and then the little end starts to stick out again. Don't cut it. Don't do it. You don't want to cut that, because eventually you're just going to cut it till there's nothing left. And then if there's nothing left, it's going to unravel, or it's going to just permanently stick out, and you don't want that. You don't want a piece of yarn just sticking out of your shirt every single time you wear it, right? And you definitely don't want it unraveling. So that's why I always recommend like fastening off a long end. So that way you can weave it in like back and forth, around, blah, 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 all around, and then fasten off. Now, if you get that end that starts to stick out just a tiny bit, starts to, right at the sleeve or something, or right at the seam where you weaved in your ends, don't cut it. If you can, pull it out, like the entire end that you've weaved in, and reweave it back in. That way it's re-secured, it's still long, and then you can't see it anymore. Then you don't have to worry about it coming unraveled. You don't have to worry about it coming unfastened, sticking out permanently, all that good stuff. So that is tip number 5 for you. Y'all know I can't do these Instagram names. That's a good tip. She says, I'm gonna make room for my garments in the closet. Yes, I used to hang mine, and I never so here's the thing. I've heard a lot of other designers talk, not a lot, a few other designers talk about how crochet stretches and garments and top-down raglans and all that don't hold up very well, because they just, as you wear them, they stretch. I don't have that problem. I don't know why some would and some wouldn't. Maybe it's because I use mostly lighter weight yarns now. I don't know why I keep itching my nose, y'all. I don't have, like, they're talking about like wearing it all day, and by the end of the day it's all stretched out. I've worn my designs, my patterns, my designs to church all day, to the store all day. I've worn them to the kids' school and volunteered. I've never had that problem. But I can see, as how hanging would do that. And so I always just fold them, just to be safe. Like, hanging for like months at a time. Do you know what I'm saying? Like, if you hang it a lot. Also, I don't wash my crocheted tops until I've worn it like twice. Unless it's like a really hot, nasty day and I've just sweated in it all day, which doesn't happen because I don't wear my crocheted garments when it's a hot, nasty day, because it's just too hot down here in Florida. But I don't wash them like as soon as, I wear them. Or if I only wear them to church and then I change in the afternoon, I don't wash it. or if, you know, if I have like a deodorant stain on it or whatever, I'll wash it. But unless it absolutely needs it, there I am. I don't know why I'm scratching my nose. Unless it absolutely needs it, I don't wash it. And I know you guys have like shirts and tops and delicates that I mean, it's the same thing. Like, you just, if it doesn't need it, don't do it. Don't wash it. So those are my best tips for caring for your garments. Am I vibrating? Sorry, Instagram. This will help them last. I mean, well, my mom has them now because I gave them to her since we're in Florida now. But my Savannah sweater, my mom still wears that. My Layla tunic, that's from like, what, early 2016, 2015. There's a few of my older patterns, like the samples that I worked up, that still are perfectly good, and like my mom wears them. I gave her most of my designs because it's too hot here. I have my Santa Rosa tee I just wore it the other day. It's from 2 years ago. It's from 2017 when we moved, right before we moved here. I wore it the other day. I still have my Magnolia tee. I have 2 Magnolia tees and I wear them all the time. Now Brava Sport, I will say Brava Sport, which is what I use for a lot of my designs, is a great yarn for machine washing. I've machine washed those Magnolia tees a number of times. It doesn't pill. You might get a little fuzz, but you can usually just like scrape it off with your hand. But most of the time it doesn't pill at all. It holds its shape, everything. And it's 100% acrylic, so maybe that has to do with it. Things like this, like I haven't washed my poncho yet, but fingering weight yarns, merino wool, nylon, I don't really know how those wash up other than the fact that like I've wet blocked that. And that made it a lot softer. And I think I have a piece of fuzz from this yarn on my nose, y'all. It's like, ugh. Anyways, it made it a lot softer. It definitely helps with like those like natural fibers. Wet blocking, I find that I like the wet blocking a lot better. So I'm assuming I would hand wash that again. When I need to wash it, I would hand wash it and lay it flat. But if you want like a durable, machine washable, like really well machine washable yarn, Brava, Worsted, and Sport are really good. I can attest to that. I've washed those very well. I washed the Edgewater sweater dress, and that's the jeans, the Lion Brand jeans yarn. It did well. I washed it in the machine. Now I laid it flat to dry, but it did not pill really bad. It did not get real fuzzy or anything like that. It kept its shape, still fits fine. So there are yarns that you can throw in the machine and dry and wash. Like I said, I don't ever dry in the dryer, so I can't, you know, speak for that. But I don't run into the I feel like you can have crocheted garments and they last and they don't stretch out and lose their shape if you take care of them properly. If you fold them, don't hang them, don't cut them, all those things that I just talked about. So those are my tips. I have the blog post ready to post. I will post it. I'll save this and put it on YouTube and on the blog post so that you can rewatch it if you're just joining or if you missed part of it. Does anybody have any questions for me? I will be happy to answer. Y'all are quiet today. I hope that's helpful, and I hope you can take that into account when you are crocheting garments. Like, you don't have to, like, you can crochet a garment and not just wear it once. Like, you can wear it a number of times and it'll last. I promise. I can attest by experience. You can if you choose the right yarn and you take care of it properly, you can have a crocheted garment that lasts you a while. So, all right. Well, I guess I'm gonna run since y'all are so quiet. I will post the blog post now, and I will post like a little poll, I think, in the Facebook group to make sure that everybody's okay with the spring crochet along being the poncho. But other than that, I don't know what's up with my nose. Sorry, guys. I'll be back next Wednesday, and we will chat some more. I'll come up with a new subject. Like I said, if you have a topic you want me to cover, it can be business, crochet, it can be whatever y'all want to talk about. Just let me know. Send me a DM, whatever you want to do. And I will talk to you guys next week. Bye, guys.